Time's a bird which leaves its footprints at the corners of your eyes. Time's a jockey, a racing horse, the sun and moon across the skies. Time's a thief, stealing your beauty, leaving you with tears and sighs. But you waste time trying to catch him. Time's a bird, and time just flies.
Kendale Elementary is a special place for all of us. It has been educating students since 1969. We are here today to celebrate the 20th anniversary of a time capsule that was buried on May 5th, 1993.
So many memories. I didn't know I had to speak, so I'm going to try. And the reality is that I have to share with you something. It was an honor to be part of the staff in there for so long. The students, parents, staff, all members of the faculty, our principals. We have to remember Mrs. Bowl, we have to remember Mrs. Bolser, we have the others here with us, and that is a privilege, but especially for those generations to learn that we're going to open something today that have pieces of the past. Now's your opportunity to do the same thing in that same place, and that this generation of students of Kendale can bring all the pieces together. So you can come here 20 years from now and do the same thing that we do today. A lot of people call me commissioner, but nothing gives me more happiness, nothing gives me more pride than when I hear someone calling me Mrs. Sosa. Because I am Mrs. Sosa. And I have always been that teacher. I cannot detach that from me because I was born to be a teacher. And to see Melissa with her children and all the others, we have to stay together. We have to think about who makes a difference in my life. You know who made a difference in my life? Teachers. Because teachers are here, like mothers and fathers and grandparents. They are here not only to teach you the academics that you're going to learn to be able to become someone in the future, a professional, someone that can make us proud. They are also here to help us identify who we are, what we want, what way we want to take. You're going to find when you grow up many choices in your life. Remember those teachers that place something within you to help you decide what you want. Kendale, Miami-Dade County is proud of you today. It's proud of the accomplishments of a great school, and it's proud of the accomplishments of those students who were here in the past, who are here today, and who will be here tomorrow. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Over, sideways, and under on a mat. Let's welcome Moose.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much for hosting us here today. I can't tell you how excited I am, and as well as my family, my children, and my husband. I was fortunate enough to have transferred here in 4th grade. I was going to school down the street, and my parents saw I wasn't being challenged enough, and so we moved down Kendale Drive to come into the Kendale School District, and it was a great decision. Right now, I'd like to bring you back a little bit more in time to the 1992-93 school year. 1992 was the year the Rodney King riots broke out. Bill Clinton was running against Ross Perot and George Herbert Walker Bush for his first term in office. You could buy a new house for an average of $122.5 and pay about $1.05 a gallon for gas. By August, many of us were taking our last end of summer vacations and getting ready for the new school year. As the new student council president, I was brainstorming all the fun projects I was going to lead that year. But then August 24th came. One of the worst, most costly natural disasters in history at that time. For those of us who were here, everything changed. The small storm that I remember one local meteorologist calling Hurricane Andy would most likely dissipate before it ever hit land. But it didn't. It hit. It ripped rooftops off of houses, walls of homes, exposing their interiors like doll houses, ripping homes apart, knocking down entire communities like a house of cards. Many of you were here, remember that. Signs of those living in fear were raised. I remember by the fall, signs that said, "You loot, we shoot." And those are the things that will stay forever ingrained in my memory. And I'm sure most of you would. But the destruction also brought people closer together. I can remember looking for one of our neighbors after the storm with a bunch of neighbors in the neighborhood because she was the only one who couldn't find. Or hearing about my grandparents and their neighbors who cooked steaks for them on their grill every night until their power was restored. I'm sure you've got lots of stories of your own. When Miami-Dade County schools reopened that year, only 2 weeks after they were originally scheduled to be open, my first project as student council president was to deliver books to a school in Homestead who had lost their library, among other things. We took a field trip to that school. And on our way, we passed through Tent City. Do any of you remember Tent City? Tent City was a converted baseball field, filled at that time with over 900 people who were homeless overnight, and the Marines who were sent there to care for them. When we got to the school, we were able to perform the mitzvah, the good deed of delivering books to those children, hands-on. It was such a rewarding experience for all of us that were able to be there, and one that I'll never forget. The 1992-93 school year taught us that we don't have control over everything in life. There are things in our lives that we can't avoid no matter how hard we plan. However, we can control how we act towards each other and how we pick ourselves back up from a bad situation. The 1992-93 school year taught us acts of kindness, taught us to be gentler and more giving people. That is how I remember Kendale Elementary School. A warm, loving family of teachers, students, and parents dedicated to caring for the hearts, souls, and minds of its students. The future. Bringing us back, in the fall of last year, 2012, I reached out to Commissioner Rebecca Sosa's office, my Spanish teacher over 20 years ago, who helped plan the burial, in hopes of finding out if there was anyone who remembered the event. You see, for 17 years, I held on to a keychain with one of the 2 keys to the time capsule. It was engraved with my name, the open date, my title as president. And the day meant so much to me that I carried that key with me everywhere I moved, from Miami to Atlanta when I graduated college to Dallas 5 years ago. I carried it with me in every jewelry box so I would never lose it. Until one day, 3 years ago, my jewelry was stolen for me. My jewelry box was empty and everything was taken. So for the last 3 years, as my husband David can tell you, I wondered aloud over and over whether anyone remembered and whether that second key was still in the office, saved, as I had been told as a 12-year-old it would be. And then Commissioner Sosa's office helped put me in touch with Dale Popkin. And she remembered, and she was here. And thanks to Dale and all of her hard work and coordination, and all of you and your hard work, and everyone here today, at this beautiful school that challenged us and taught us so much, that school has been A-rated for 9 consecutive years. You can see I'm still doing my homework. Because of that, we're here. And I am so proud to call myself a Kendale Elementary alumnus. And I am so excited I could come here today with my husband David and my 2 young children, Aaron Laser and Rachel Malka, to be here with you. Life feels so much more complicated today, with all of the added challenges and the recent events that make us realize the value of safety and security in our country and our communities and our schools. More than ever before. Information is changing so fast and it's so easily accessible. It can be amazing, but it can also be very overwhelming. But when we get back to the basics, when we challenge our children to be the best that they can be, academically, physically, psychologically, we'll see that they'll step up to the challenge, just as this city did and this school did after the aftermath of Hurricane Andrew. I'm eternally grateful for my parents for moving so that I could attend this school where I blossomed as a child, as a student, and as a person. And that's why I'm so proud to be with you here today, 2013. Thank you very much.